So we're going to talk in episode 7 about heating and cooling system efficiency. And efficiency is a little bit of a, I don't know, it's not as strong a word. Every engineer says, this is an efficient system. And then our next question is, how efficient? And exactly how much better is that than another system? But on the one hand, that's an important question to ask. And for example, you need to evaluate it more carefully for some decisions. But there are a lot of older systems, older meaning 10, 15, 20 years or even older, and newer generation equipment is just substantially better performing in a variety of ways. And it's not just what they call the EER, the energy efficiency ratio is higher, the fan performance is higher, there's an assortment of other, controls are better, there's a whole assortment of things that are improved in newer technology equipment very often. And so oftentimes, definitely you want to consider sort of a progression. Turn it off if you don't need it. That's the most efficient.
Sure.
If it can be made more efficient in its operation with the current equipment, that's next best often. But then sometimes equipment is already nearing the end of its useful life. And as we talked earlier about proactive, replace it now before it causes a catastrophe or an emergency in,
Sure.
And the reason we're talking about this last is because typically you're not going to see as much savings as the lighting and compressed air. You're looking at this more of a CapEx project.
Oftentimes.
As you talked about, kind of the proactive stuff, something's near end of life. When you're replacing that unit, you want to look for the highest efficiency that you can put in there and still get the same performance.
Yep.
And you want everybody to be comfortable, set points met, but those efficiency factors, both heating and cooling, can be major
And then actually for
aspects.
replacement equipment, you're going to spend this much anyway to replace it because it's essential equipment. And so the increase in efficiency is just an adder on top. So it's an incremental investment over and above, we'll say, the plain vanilla efficiency. And that can have a pretty good payback.
Sure,
in
that
its own.
incremental cost may not be that large, and if you spread that over the life of a boiler, which could be 30 years, you could return your money multiple times in a row.
Right.
So a lot of it is what I'm hearing is making sure you have a plan as your equipment is starting to age, understanding what am I going to put in instead, is it going to function in a more efficient way, but still get me all the heating or cooling requirements that I have.
And a lot of times that incremental savings of energy also increases or may add on to and create a rebate from the local utilities.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
So-
Well, there you have it. You can even get some incentives. All right, well, that's a little lesson on HVAC from our friend Jim Dirks.